Hi guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Morgan, and this is Opinionated Moms.
Okay, let's get into it. I'm so excited to recap today's episode, but first, give us some headlines.
Okay, let's talk. Okay, so Real Housewives of Miami season 7 is coming back, and they revealed the cast photos. Did you get to look at them?
I did, and I saw also like the sneak peek.
Yes,
Oh my God. I
I'm
want to
super
go.
excited.
I want to go to Miami and have a vacation there.
Have
Like
you
I've
been to
never been.
Miami?
No, I've
Oh
never
my
been.
God, love Miami. I've been like 12 times to Miami.
Oh, yeah, no,
I also live over here. So,
true. But that trailer looks so good. I'm
so
like,
good.
Miami's the new Beverly Hills. Like budget? There's no budget for
I
Miami.
know. I
How
know it's
many trips do they go
insane.
to? Yeah, the
I'm
fashion,
excited.
the makeup, like these girls, like this is the new Beverly Hills, in my opinion.
Yes. And they are bringing back Marisol and Adriana and Kiki are all friends of this season.
I'm surprised Kiki's not full
I feel
time.
like just make them all full time. Like, why are they friends? They literally are a part of the cast.
Yeah, but wait, let me just ask because Kiki wanted to be full time last year.
Hmm.
Like everyone was saying how great of a performance, not performance,
Yeah.
how much she contributes. And I remember her saying she wanted to be full time. And then now that she's friend of, I'm like, was it because she didn't want to do full time or they didn't offer her full time?
I can't find anything on it. I was really wondering. Looks like the fans are upset that Gertie is actually for full time. They don't want Gertie to be full time. I would be okay with her being a friend of.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm super against her, but it's just like I'm okay with
I'm
that.
not against Gertie. I like her. Sometimes she's a little too much for me sometimes.
Hmm.
But like last season, going through her story, like it was so heartfelt and like I feel like, it was a platform for her to be open up and be vulnerable.
Hmm.
But like if I'm being honest, yeah. But we like her husband. Her husband's really
Oh
cool.
yeah, yeah. Her family, everything is great. It's just sometimes I'm just like, girl, pipe down.
Yeah,
And Nicole will be making an appearance, Dr. Nicole.
love
But
her.
the girl that they replaced her with, um, Stephanie,
Mm-hmm.
she looks like she is coming in hot.
Hot.
And
Yep.
I'm here for it. I can't wait to see her argue with Alexia.
Alexia, yeah. First of all, she's stunning. She is beautiful. She's like has money. She looks the part. I just also hope that her and Nicole are not like, because that's kind of, I wouldn't want that, you know what I mean? Like putting an ex against another ex. And like we love Dr. Nicole. I feel like everyone loves Dr. Nicole, like the
Yeah.
fans. But I'm excited to see what goes on between her and Alexia.
Yes.
Because that's gonna be when did you see the part when Alexia's going like, I'm Alexia Nic or no, I'm Alexia Nepal, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
And like it's just you could tell it's gonna get
I'm
it's
excited.
it gets heated over there.
So Katie from Real Housewives of Orange County, it
Okay.
is rumored that she is thinking about leaving Orange County because she got into a huge argument with Gretchen and Emily. So we don't
Mm.
have a lot of details on the fight itself, but it's for filming this current season of season 19. It looks like they talked to an insider and says that she was not invited on the trip by the other cast members. So I don't know what went down, but apparently
I
she's
just
secretive.
I'm curious to see that because I feel like now at this point, maybe not Gretchen, but I'm like I hope that Emily's not like being like a mean girl. But it's like I always thought I didn't think Katie was a liar. I just didn't.
Yeah, I didn't think she was lying about that situation. If anything, I thought it was more of like a misunderstanding or something that like spiraled out of control that wasn't a big deal. You know what I
Hmm
mean?
hmm
Um, but now that I'm watching, I'm like, dang, like Emily and Gina are terrified of Heather Dubrow, and that's where all of this is stemming from. Like Emily, you're this scared because you're what, like 7 year old said, oh, my mom doesn't like Heather Dubrow. Who flipping cares? If
Yep.
Heather's going to be that upset over what an 8 year old child said, you should
Hmm.
probably not be her friend.
Yeah, well, I mean, if anything, I just think it speaks volume of how Emily really feels of Heather. I don't think the issue is that her kids are saying it. It's that their parents are the ones talking about it, right?
Right.
But I'm excited for Orange County. Honestly, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of good stuff because Gretchen is back. Tamra is, kind of quit, but then came back, and now Katie's probably out. So I feel like we're gonna have a really good season, and we're
I need
gonna
to
see
go
like a
back and
lighter,
watch because
yeah,
I
and
don't
we're
really
gonna.
remember how Gretchen left things.
I don't really remember either. I feel like she just finished her season and just never came back. But
Yeah.
I don't think it was on good terms, like
Yeah.
with
I have to
Tamara.
go back and look, but I'm excited to
Yeah.
see. We'll find out.
Mhm.
They are already in production for season 10 of Potomac, and it looks like we're starting off with Gizelle and Stacey feuding. And I'm low key here for that. It's high key. I'm high key here for that because I can't wait to see Stacey in her like villain era. Like I just really want to see how she acts.
I just want Stacey to be honest. Like if you hired TJ, let's just okay, don't worry about it. You wouldn't be the first housewife who's done that. So let's just be honest. I feel like with Stacey, she's just not really real. And it's like I get it. It's hard to be real with these women who are already gonna like poke at you, like put you down, but like I don't know, like it's deceiving for the audience. So I'm here for that too.
Yeah, I don't really think she paid TJ, if I'm being honest. I don't think she did. I
You
think,
don't.
I don't know, because it was the way, so when it first happened, I was like, oh, that's probable, like when it came out at the reunion. But then afterwards, when he was posting about it, the way he posted about it let me know that he's here for the clout. Like it wasn't
That makes sense. That
real.
makes sense. And I can see, I want to believe her, but it just kind of like, why is he just pressing so hard? I don't know. And like Giselle doesn't believe her at all. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like, all her interviews are like, no, Stacey's a liar. And I'm like, what do you know that we don't know? So yeah.
right. That's why I can't wait for the season. I'm excited.
Yeah. Same.
Okay, so let's get into the really juicy stuff. So I know we've been watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me get this up because I'm going to read this for you because you're going to be like jaw on the floor.
Oh,
Okay, so there is a man, and oh my God, I forgot to write his name down. I apologize, but I'm going to clip,
how dare you?
I know, I'm going to clip the link that I watched down below so you guys can watch it. But there is a podcast that Tasha K did. You know who Tasha K is?
Mm-mm.
She does like she's a famous like blogger,
Mm.
podcaster or whatever. She um she got into it with Cardi B like a couple years ago or whenever, and Cardi B ended up suing her and she had to pay her like millions of dollars. Did you see that?
Oh, I remember that. That's
Yeah.
her?
So
Okay.
yeah, it
Okay.
was her. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
she basically sued her for like lying. So
Yeah. Hmm.
she did a podcast with a man who is gay. And again, I
Who did
don't
a
know.
podcast?
Huh?
Who did a podcast?
Tasha
Okay.
K. Tasha
With
K
the
did a
man who's gay.
podcast
Okay.
with a man who is gay, and the man came on, and I quote, okay, they were talking about Brit Eady, how he was friends with Brit Eady and her husband.
Hmm.
And she said something, I forget what she said, but she said something about Brit Eady and her husband, and he responded and said, I quote, I may have tasted him. I'm a soft top. I do the bending. I think multiple people bent her husband over.
Oh my God.
And I was like,
Wait, was
what?
this recent? When was
This
she,
was
when did,
recent. This was like, yeah, I want to say a week ago that I saw the clip. So
oh my
the
God.
podcast is recent as well, but I
Did
saw
you
the
see the
clip.
comments on that?
The comments are like, "Yep, I knew it." It's like I went through and read like all of them. So it's like I knew
The
it.
comments
He's
is where it's
gay.
at sometimes.
Yes. So this man, the reason that I low key think this is true,
Okay.
I need a little bit more receipts. So
Mm-hmm.
in the clip, there were a couple of different snippets. I didn't watch the entire interview.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like I said, ex-friend of Brit Eady, and they used to be like Kiki and besties. And he said that he hosted sex parties in Houston and in Atlanta. And most of the clientele that would come were like straight men who were on the low for gay men.
Mm.
And he said it was $30 to get in. if you paid cash, but 32 if you sent it via Cash App to cover the fee. And he said he has Cash App receipts from Michael, Brit's husband, sending him $32 various times. So they showed one of the receipts on the interview
Hmm.
and where he cash apped this man $32 at 2 o'clock in the morning. This was in 2024, and he had been paying him $32 to get into this party. And apparently he has come several times. Now this man is coming forth talking about him
While he's been married to Brit Eady.
while they've been married and since they've been together in general. He said that Britt knew that he was like this, and he's not 100% sure why they got married. He said that they're in a lavender marriage, which is a term that I just learned. Are you
I don't
familiar
know
with
what that
that
is.
term?
No.
So a lavender marriage is when it's basically like when one or more parties of a couple are not heterosexual.
Mm.
And so like you're not their first choice. So like I guess
Mm.
if you're like a lesbian, but you're with a man that you find attractive and you may or may not be in the relationship for actual love and compatibility. From my understanding, that's
Hmm.
what it means. So he's not, he basically said that they're in this lavender marriage. She knows that he's gay and he thinks that she is his beard and they might be together for the finances, for the clout, just so she can get on the show. Um, I don't know, but it was a lot. He had a lot to say.
Okay, so here is what I want to say because it's like I'm always so quick to like believe everyone what they say.
Hmm.
But okay, he provided receipts, and I'm just playing devil's advocate because nowadays you can literally like chat, you can produce any receipt now, if I'm being
Correct.
honest. Like you can make it so it looks like it's Michael, but like who's to say that it's actually Michael who cash apped it? Um, like I I want to believe it, but I just need to, I guess, learn more, if I'm being honest. We've always been saying how like their relationship is so weird. Like, and I'm not saying because I've been with my husband for 16 years. So it's like, I'm not saying that like he's all over me all the time. You know what I'm saying? But, and I guess when you have a camera crew, you have cameras all in front of your face, you're probably gonna be a little bit more standoffish. Like I thought he was like her personal assistant. Like he doesn't give off like husband. And
Yeah.
then it makes kind of sense why, I mean, in my head now, I'm thinking Brit Eady was so triggered when Kenya was like, "Oh, like, is that your second marriage?" She's like, "What do you mean? Like, that's my man." Like, it's like, wait, no one's saying that's not your man. You know what I'm saying? But she was so triggered about that situation. And then I think the people who go on these shows, they don't realize that the internet will find up their entire past from when since the day they were born. It's going to be brought to life. So wouldn't they think of this? I don't know.
I mean, I
So,
thought about that too. That's why I was so confused going back to the Kenya stuff when Britt was like, I
hmm.
can't believe this came out. I was like, girl,
Yeah, and there's
you
something
went
about
on
Brit.
Housewives. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, and like Brit Eady, like there's something about her that I just don't find genuine. You know what I mean? So that is, I was not expecting that.
That was not on my bingo card either.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. So we can recap Atlanta for this week, huh?
Let's get into it.
Okay, so first of all, I want to ask, what do you think? Okay, I personally do not believe, I've never experienced gone to like a psychic or a hand reading. I just, as you grow up Christian, you don't believe in that.
Right.
Um, the Prophet, what did you think of the Prophet?
I'm not. I'm not into that. I don't really believe it. I feel like it's stuff that's like, I mean, first of all, they're famous. Like you can Google them and find out
Hmm.
stuff and make like predictions. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I would, if it was like random people, maybe I might believe
Hmm.
it.
Yes, I agree. I'm not really for like if you wanted to do it, I'd be like, do you? But like I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm straight.
Yeah.
But then when she's revealed like Kelly's like how like, oh, he took away her like her car, he tried selling it. And Kelly was like, I haven't said that to anybody. Like, literally. I was like, interesting. How does she know that? So it made me a little bit like, okay, maybe this girl's like legit. I'm not saying she's not, but in general, I'm not.
Hmm.
I don't do stuff like that. Okay, but let's back up. How did the episode start? Can you remember?
Girl, I can't remember it, and I just watched it like 2 hours ago.
Okay, well,
Oh, they got back, and Cynthia was going around talking to everyone individually to figure out
yeah.
what was going on. Okay, I Cynthia being the mediator is funny to me. I don't know why, but
You think so? I think she's doing a good
I
job.
mean, it's not that she's doing a bad job. It's just that, like, I feel like whenever she's in a confrontation, she can't really handle it
Oh, I know,
very
yeah,
well.
I know.
So it
But
just makes me laugh.
I think because she's not directly involved, I feel like she's able to kind of mediate. Like I'm enjoying her and I feel like the women like respect her in a
Yes.
way.
Yeah, because she's an OG. So
She's
yeah.
an OG and I mean, she's wise, she's not hard-headed. But wait, let's talk about the scene where Angela and Charles are talking. And you know, I almost feel like he didn't even take his wife's side. Um,
Yeah. So, okay. So I'm okay. So Nick, when Nick and I have conversations, like we've had arguments because he kind of does the same thing to me that Charles does to her, and it pisses me
Devil's
off.
advocate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
or sometimes he'll just be like, oh, well, what if they were having a bad day? And what if, that this just happened? And maybe, you could have just been a little more patient. I'm like, maybe you could just be on my side and hate them with me. You know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
so
I
that's why
think with men,
I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe he's just being annoying, especially in front of the camera.
uh, so I could see that. Okay. So no, and I agree. I think men are just so much more logical where like if there's a
Mhm.
problem, they're like, here's a solution. Because I know that my husband, well, he knows now that sometimes I just need a vent, and he knows now, like if I'm like, F this, he'll be like, yeah, F her. And I'm just like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, I'm just on your side. I'm like, okay, cool. But I think men, they're just so much like if there's a problem, they're like, here's a solution. I'm like, I don't really need a solution. I just need you to hear me out.
Right.
And the only reason why I felt like he wasn't really on her side is because the sneak peek for like the season, I mean, it's gonna come out supposedly that Charles is like has like side pieces. Did you see that?
I watched the sneak peek, but I don't remember that part.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good. And I'm just like, oh no, I've said it since day one. I love Angela. There's something about her. She in this episode, when she confronts Portia when they have their sit down, Angela had every right not to say, like, I don't forgive you, you're low, you're dirty. And she still was the bigger person. And she's like, if I offended your husband or your marriage, she's like, I'm sorry. Like, she had to apologize first when it was Portia who was like, I would F her man. Like, if I could, I would.
She
And I'm
did the
like,
same thing with Brit. She had to apologize to Brit for Brit being rude to her.
I love, I feel like she understands the assignment. And I feel like it shows her emotional intelligence of like, she has the experience. She's wise. She's good drama. She can read a girl. When she told Brit Eady, like, she's like, your mouth has some stretch marks around your lips.
Yes. That was
So
that might be the read of the season.
it was so good. It was so good, Morgan. Like, I'm here for it. Always fanning herself, keeping it real. Everyone's shading her with her wigs, but I'm like, that's a real, like, that's reality. Okay, sorry, I just went on a rant right there.
No,
But
she's great. I was really sad though that her and Shamia couldn't come to some sort of agreement when they had their sit down. However, I understand where Angela's coming from about being extra angry at Shamia.
I
Like her and
understand it.
Portia already had their back and forth. She knew that her and Portia were not in a good place.
Hmm.
So for Portia to say what she said, it was like it was hurtful, but at the same
Hmm.
time it was expected because it's Portia and they were already arguing. But her and Shamia had already come to that mutual understanding. And
Hmm.
then for Shamia to just be down there laughing at it, especially as a supposedly happy married woman,
Hmm.
I don't think that's funny. Like
I don't think it's funny.
I've had to tell my friends before as a married woman, I'll hear them say things sometimes. I'm like, okay, well that's taking it too far. Like let's dial it back. I'm not necessarily going to jump on you, scold you, be angry at you. But had it been me and I was there with Portia and Portia said something like that and I'm her friend, I'd be like, okay, girl, you're gonna have to bring it down. Like, let's
Yep.
not get crazy. I might say it like that and like be laughing, but I'm not gonna let you sit on here, especially when we're filming a television show. Like, okay. And I'm obviously the cameras were like down or like
Hmm.
way or something because they didn't get like actual footage. But
Hmm.
if we are filming a show and the production is still in the vicinity, you need to
Hmm.
watch what you're saying. And I'm gonna look
Yep.
out for my girl because I don't want you to look
Mhm.
crazy on national TV. You already look crazy going through this divorce.
I agree with everything, and I agree that I understand why she was more upset with Shamia. I think she respects Shamia, and she was kind of like, that is your best friend, and when your friend is acting up, you don't co-sign that. Like a real friend tells you how it is, whether it's good, bad, and ugly. And I think she was just so disappointed in her because
Mhm.
Portia, she's a lost cause. Portia's a hoe. Portia's a hoe. She's gonna steal. She stole her current husband. She's gonna steal her next man, whoever it is. She's gonna steal that person. And I love Portia, but I'm disappointed with her behavior. And I feel like also when she was kind of talking to Angela, I feel like in the beginning she didn't really come with like the energy of wanting to make peace or like accountability. Like, girl, you said what you said. It was wrong. And like you're going through a really tough time, a public divorce, then you have your baby drama with Drew, which is like I don't even understand why you're upset about that. And
Yeah,
just
that was wrong. She should have just apologized. Even if she
too
says that she
much.
doesn't remember, she should have just been like, if that's what you heard, if that's what you're saying that I said and I was too intoxicated to remember, I'm just gonna apologize because
Yeah,
it's just wrong that she said it. And you just
wrong.
said you don't remember. So just say
But
sorry.
But in her confessions, she doubles down. She's completely different in her confessions. She's like, no, I said it. I said it, and it was wrong. So it's like, say that to her in person, like, yo, what I said, I'm so sorry. I was not an excuse. I was drinking too much. I said something stupid, and I apologize. But in her
Right.
confession, she's acting like a big bad bitch, and I'm like, you claim to be a girl's girl, like, oof, like,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't like
super
that.
shady. But yeah, I was disappointed in Shamia. I understand Shamia's like, this isn't my responsibility, don't put it on me, but she wasn't understanding what Angela was saying as far as,
Mhm.
her part in what took place that evening.
I also think that because I feel like Shamia kind of reminds me of like, because if you've seen it all season long so far, Shamia is a ride or die for Portia. Portia sneezes and she's like, let me grab a tissue and like clean your boogers, you know? And I feel like maybe Shamia is just so loyal that right now she can't see because she can't even confront her that she's upset about her song, how she thought it was Drew. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like
Mhm.
Shamia, when it comes to Portia, she kind of has like different blinders. Um, so that just kind of like popped into my head.
No, I
Um,
feel you.
um, but between Angela and Brit Eady, I was so here for it. Angela is just so, she doesn't get loud. She just says the right thing.
Yeah, she keeps
And
that even tone, which I think makes Britt even more upset because Britt comes off to me like she wants to be Nene, but like
She
it's
even
not
got
happening.
up and it was like, why are you getting up, girl? Like, I mean, Angela's not getting up, like she's not
Yeah,
gonna fight you. Like,
it's too much, and that's what I mean by Britt's aggressive behavior. Like I'm gonna take it back to that very first when she made that comment about the
mm-hmm,
weapon against Kenya at the
mm-hmm,
bank dinner. We should have just been done at that moment. She has gotten loud and aggressive at every interaction that she's had with people.
mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm,
why are we yelling and screaming? It's one thing to yell and scream, but it's another when you're constantly getting in somebody's face. Like she's always like trying to get up, get in somebody's face. She's making these very aggressive, threatening comments, and it's like I feel like we're taking it to way too far. It's not like shade like, "Oh, housewives fighting." It's like
mm-hmm.
you're way out of pocket and you need to dial it back.
It's just like you look at Angela and Angela's like cool, calm, collected. She's unbothered. And it's like, Britt, you're just coming off as a flop. Like to me, it comes off as a flop. But what did you think of it did make me a little I got a little sad for her when they went to her mom's
Oh
house.
yeah. I feel for
And
her sister.
Yeah. Oh man,
The
his
one who was
sister.
there, who was
Oh God.
crying. Like I feel like she's really struggling and reaching out to them. And it seems
Yeah.
like Britt and her other sister that they called while they were at the house, they've just kind of like pushed her away. Um,
Yeah. And
that's what
it
it
makes
seems
me
like.
want to learn. I don't remember. When did Britt say her dad passed away?
I believe it was a year ago, maybe she
From
said.
when they're filming?
Yeah.
So okay, because that makes sense. I thought it was like a few years back, and I just wasn't understanding why the sister who was at the house. I like her sister there at the house, but then again, I don't really, she seems level-headed. She seems like a reasonable person. Um, and it, yeah, it kind of it made me really sad. It made me sad for the mom too when the sister there was all getting upset that like she was getting rid of stuff or moving. But it's like the mom should be able to grieve how she needs to grieve, in my
I
opinion.
think I think so. My grandmother passed away. I was very young. I was like 10. And my grandfather got into a relationship with someone else very quickly, like
Mm,
a month later.
hmm. Oh
He was
wow.
with somebody else. But this is one of those things where like I don't know if you noticed, but like when older couples, like when one's kind of like going on the outs, like maybe like one person's like really sick or something, you'll see people start to like hover around because they old people don't want to be single. They want somebody. So this one other woman was kind of hovering around. My grandmother had cancer and
Mm,
she kind of wormed her way in.
hmm.
But that's neither here nor there. So
Hmm.
my point is though, they got together. My grandmother passed, they got together and all the stuff was gone. Like this woman just came in and was like, I'll help you, you know, sort out all the belongings. And she just got rid of everything. Like I don't have any photos. There's no like family heirlooms. Like I don't have anything of hers, right? Like it's just all gone. Um, and I know there were a lot of hurt feelings, a lot of things said, and we've talked about it, of course, since I was 10 as I've gotten older.
Yeah.
But I say all that to say that like a lot of times when you go through a big thing like that, like this woman lost her husband,
Hmm.
sometimes people just want to like purge, just get rid of everything, just throw it all out. Like, let's just be done with
Yeah.
it instead of thinking about the fact that it's not just your loss, it's everybody else's loss as well. So
Hmm.
I think maybe that's where it came from because she seemed really upset, not just about the house, but like also the things
Oh
around
yeah.
the. So I think that's what it was. And it just seemed like they're all grieving in such different ways, and she doesn't know what to do with her feelings.
Yeah, no, it's it was and I could see that. I could see watching the mom that there's pain. I could see watching the sister that there's pain. Even Brit, you could tell like they're all just processing things differently. And I see all sides to it, and it's so sad. Like it's sad. Like I would have liked the mom to be able to stay there and like like but she doesn't want to be there anymore. And the sister's like, how are you going to get rid of these memories? Like, that, how could you do that to us? Like, I see both sides. So,
I feel like
yeah,
they could keep the house, but I mean,
yeah, yeah,
whatever. I'm not
yeah.
done. But can we
But it
talk
was a good,
about, oh, go ahead.
yeah, it was a good episode. Can't wait for next week. It's gonna get just even juicier. I know it. Now let's talk about Love Hotel. If you guys are not watching Love Hotel on Bravo, it's basically four housewives from different franchises, who are all single, who are looking for love, and they go on this show to potentially find um a future partner or a partner. And it kind of gives off vibes from Love Island a little bit. I don't know if you watch Love Island, where
Yeah.
like they're now bringing in like new guys.
New
And
bombshells have entered.
yeah, kind of. So like, oh, it's kind of giving Love Island and Bachelor in Paradise
Mhm.
vibes. Um, I'm I'm loving it. I'm so entertained. Um, what are your thoughts on it?
I'm really into it too. I think, I mean, Giselle is really playing this game. I wasn't really expecting that to happen. I thought she would be more in the background.
Oh no,
Just
but she's
because, just because she's never been like forward with the dating side of things. Luann and Ashley are very like forward when it comes to finding men. Shannon, I knew would just be weird and quirky, but Giselle, I wasn't really, I was like, she'll just be there. But I didn't know what Giselle would be doing. But like this second episode where like they had to give their key to somebody and some had to go, some had to stay, and she played it exactly how she wanted to play it, so all of her people got to stay. I was like, okay,
See, I
Gizelle.
wasn't surprised. I feel like Giselle did exactly what I thought Giselle would do. Like Giselle's a producer. Like wherever she's at, she's producing a show. I feel like for me, it's like she hasn't really opened up about why hasn't her last relationships worked. Um, I feel like she's moving story in the show here, but like she's not gonna get really deep with someone. Like I think Jay is a really great guy for her. He's good looking, I think he's funny, great sense of humor. But for some reason, she's like, I don't want to jump his bones. I'm like, and you like Ralph? Ralph, I feel like
Yeah, that
if
was weird. I
I'm
don't, why
like
do all of them like Ralph?
because he's tall, he's built, and but I'm like, it's just weird. Like Ralph and her don't have, to me, any chemistry, and she only
Mhm.
want to keep the other guy because he's rich as like rich, 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 rich. But okay, I don't know if you saw at the very end for oh no, next week's preview. Did you see next week's preview?
Yeah.
Shannon is gonna show us basically like crazy Shannon, where I think she's gonna like freaking snap on Earl the Pearl, and I like Earl,
She
and
got mad at him because he said he doesn't eat vegetables.
he goes, "What? Did you see when he goes? Why do you always look at me like you want to hit me or slap me?"
Hmm.
And that is a valid question, like
She does that all the time. She'll be like,
all the
what?
time.
Like,
Yeah,
calm
and she's
down.
gonna lose it, and she's gonna be like, uneffing believable. And it's like, Shannon, you're so entitled. Like, this is why I can't stand her. I want her and Earl to work out, but I feel like Shannon is a self-sabotager. I really
Hmm.
do. And Luann, well, I don't know what Luann's really wanting there because yeah, I feel like she's
I don't
just
know
there
if
for that.
Luann wants like the marriage and stuff anymore because she's already done it and it didn't work.
Hmm.
So I think she just wants to like have fun. Like I think she wants a companion, but I think she just wants to like have fun, you know?
Hmm. I'm so glad that guy Nick for Ashley left. That guy was a loser.
Yeah, he
Um,
was weird.
he was like, oh, you don't think I'm touchy? She's like, no, like she was like, if you like me, tell me, like show me.
She
Oh, yeah.
likes more like straight up aggression, like don't play quite little games and stuff. Like she wants you to want her.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah, no, I mean she likes what she likes, and I'm just so glad he's gone because I was like, I can't even see her like just being with that man.
Hmm.
And next week's episode, the new guys that come in, it's gonna be good.
I'm excited. I want to see her and Wale
Hmm.
develop something. I want to see all of them have relationships except Shannon. I feel like I really still want Shannon to be single.
Really? It's so funny because I feel like out of all of these people, I think Ashley really wants to be in love and find her person.
Yeah.
I think for next week though, I do think the waters are going to be tested a little bit with like because I feel like there are a couple men that come in where the way they chop it up, it makes it look like, because Ashley's going to test whatever she wants to test. We all know that.
Right.
But I think Shannon, I feel like she needs a good person, and I feel like Earl the Pearl is that guy for her. But
Yeah.
she's like, I like Ralph. I'm like, Ralph don't want you.
Right. He turned her down for the date.
He turned her down. And she was like, how dare he turn me down? Like, no one's turned me down.
Like, girl, literally everyone has turned you down. That's why you're single.
Like, she's crazy. But yeah, no, it's fun. I feel like it's entertaining, it's lighthearted. So I'm excited. Can't wait for next week. So I think that'll just wrap us up for today. If you guys are watching Love Hotel, let us know your thoughts. Who you would want to see on the from the Housewife franchises. I mean, there are a lot of women who are like who could go on that show.
Yes.
But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, save, comment, and thank you guys for always tuning in.
Yes, and make sure to follow us on all the things. Subscribe here below. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. And make sure you're telling us what you're watching, what your thoughts are. I'm also starting to watch Below Deck Med and Summer House. Summer House has taken me a little while to like really get
I love
into,
Summer House.
but I'm trying. But yes, follow us, talk to us, and we'll
Yes.
see you guys next time.
Bye.